So
That's interesting.
until and unless you cancel the binary opposition,
Yeah.
the meaning cannot be changed. If you have to change the meaning of the metaphor, you need to get it out of the binaries.
Sure.
So one of my poems where the she is an ocean,
She.
and
The calm one.
she is an ocean. Vast, calm, big, which can hold everything, is an ocean.
Yeah.
Okay, and ocean, the music is a he who falls in love with the she. So they want to meet, but they cannot. Music floats.
Yeah.
Stays there. So this whole poem is about music and the ocean, and that is one thing where it helped me a lot to think through different possibilities of making a poem.
And what's the feedback?
And once it was
Sorry, what's the feedback you get from?
feedback is lovely. It is accepted. My poems are like maybe because of that, because of the way I play with all this, experiment with all this, it is accepted. It's loved. It's liked. People will feel, oh wow, this is different, kind of.
But you said.
Once it happened that we.
Sorry.
Sorry?
No, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You tell me.
Okay. I was invited to Tunchan Parambu. Eluttunchan is a Dalit poet from Kerala. Eluttunchan Samadhi is there.
Okay.
It's called Tunchan Parambu.
Yeah.
M.T. Vasudevan Nair has made it into it's in Calicut, near Calicut. It's a center, okay, where he used to do this national poetry festivals and all that. One year I was invited there, and O.N.V. Kurup is another very big Malayalam poet. Okay? And who wrote songs. He's a communist leftist poet. So he was there. And O.N.V., like, if O.N.V. walks, there are 30 people walking behind him. He's big, okay? So it was like, he was too big to go and talk to him,
Yeah.
So I did not have a chance to talk to him. And one of the evenings, my session came, my chance to read a poem came, in which I read a poem where it talks about drinking water, the river water taken up in a hand ball, and you drink it.
Yeah.
So the whole poem says what all reflects in the river, the sun, moon, sky, everything. When you drink all that. Okay? So everything is inside you.
Yeah.
So the poem ends saying that, tell me who is inside whom. It's kind of it sounded like a philosophical
It's
kind of a
absurd.
thing.
Yeah.
It is absurd. Yeah? Immediately O.N.V. came to me and he hugged me and said, oh my God, I wish I had written this poem. It's so good. And he became such a good friend. Every time I went to Trivandrum, I used to visit him, and he used to write a lot of letters and all. Like poetry, in a way, it changes who you are.
Yeah.
And and for me as a performance poet, for me, it's not just the words, it's not just the poem. It is something that happens when you render it.
Yeah.
So the rendition will include myself, the self, body, my eyes, my expression, the way I would stress certain things. And say certain things, because poetry, usually people have a mistaken kind of thing. They will read each line twice.
Yeah, that's
okay. Two times they'll read, three times they will read. They'll go on reading.
That is true. To make a punchline.
Yes. See, it is like when somebody is reading poem, you will be seeing it. The listener will see it.
No,
it's
not
visual
always.
for the listener.
Not always.
It should be like that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
When you read also. When you read a poem, you will not read like dumb. You will see something, right? When you read a story, you will see something along your experience. Your experience, not mine.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, poet has nothing to do with the poem. Once the poem is done, it's done and over. And poet again engages with the poem as a reader.
Yeah.
As a person who engages with the poem.
Yeah.
So when you keep seeing that, it's like a film which keeps going one after the other. The frames have to come.
Yeah.
If you repeat twice, the frame overlaps.
It breaks. Yeah.
And you can't get the visual at all, can't get the narrative at all.
But that's your
See,
way.
if at all you repeat,
But that's your way
that's
of.
how I write.
Yeah, but there are people
Yes.
who like whenever I've heard a poem, I know people who'll say one line twice. You know, they'll say
Yeah.
a certain
No,
sentence.
but I'm also saying another thing. See, like if you have to recite a line second time, there should be an intention to do that. You will be doing it to stress some particular thing or something. Or sometimes what I do is, like when I travel around,
Yeah.
to non-Kannada speaking gatherings where I have to read Kannada poems, I it's like music.
Yeah.
It's the sound. But do you understand music? You don't. You should not understand music. Do you feel it? Yes, of course, I feel
Yeah.
it.
That's true.
Poetry becomes that. Like what I do is, when somebody